Welcome back. I know it's been 2 years, as I keep getting informed by everybody. Life's been busy, and I have no other excuses. And that's not a valid one either. It's my bad. But anyway, welcome back to an episode of Mitch and the Kitch. Today is a special one because I just got whacked in the head with soybeans, big chunk of rotten soybeans on top of the bin. Came down and just whack right on top of my head. So I got a concussion. So I'm not supposed to be on my phone, and not supposed to be on my computer. So I'm like, guess it's time for Mitch the Kitch episode. Maybe 2. I'll probably get 2 recorded. So anyway, welcome back. Today we are making taco soup. My aunt's recipe she's known for. She brings it every Christmas, and it's awesome. So anyway, we'll get right into it. Thanks for coming by. Okay, so for the list of ingredients, the recipe book, you need 1 pound of hamburger, which I got from when Derek Thompson stayed at my place for a while, but any hamburger will work. Some people want lean if you want it healthier, but based on everything else in here, I wouldn't worry about health. But anyway, 1 pound of hamburger, brown that with a medium onion. That's only the really hard work that goes into this. It's not even hard. Also, should tell you that, here, let me get this to me here. Okay, this episode is not sponsored by any of these name brand stuff, so no free brand deals, but I do have to show you what to buy. So, but it is sponsored by On Target Drone Spraying. Okay, if you need spraying done, On Target has you covered. All right. So, Rotel, 3 cans of the diced, oh, it's not focusing, diced tomatoes with green chilies. You want 3 cans of that. Okay, you also want 1 pound or 16 ounces of sour cream. You're supposed to get the Mexican Velveeta. All they had was queso, so we're going to see if that tastes good. I'm sure it will. It's Velveeta. You can also use original, but the Mexican has some other spices in it, but we'll see how the queso is, I guess. Then you want light red kidney beans, and you want chili beans, and those go on top when you eat it. Also, what I heard is if you don't want the fun side effect that comes with eating beans, you can rinse them. We will not be rinsing them. I like the side effect. It comes for free entertainment. Anyway, that's the list. Now we're going to brown some hamburger. Okay, I'm not going to be wearing the mic for this, but I don't have that on yet, which I could probably turn it on. Probably medium heat. Starting to get it hot. You want it, whatever. It's still kind of frozen. I know it's kind of out of frame, but there you go. I'm going to chop this onion real quick. Remember, you got to use the biggest knife you can find. That wasn't in half, but I wanted to be cool and hit it into it. But anyway, I want to kind of dice it up. Whatever. I gotta skin this thing. The point is, you gotta cut it up. Give me. And I'm sure someone will get mad because this is probably wasting too much onion, but also it said a medium onion, and all I could find were massive ones. Anyway, you want to chop that. Just give it a, I don't know. You're gonna chop it more when you get the hamburger brown anyway. I just want some pieces. Unless it's going in a soup. I don't know. Gotta just give it a nice, some healthy chops in there. I don't use onions enough to know the proper way to cut them anyway, but it'll be fine. So now looking at it, might be way too much onion, but never argue with the recipe. You get the heat up a little bit more in here. Wow, that's a lot of onion. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna add it to that. I'll get a different angle, and I'll get it when it's all like starting to sizzle and stuff. But anyway, there you go. Now you gotta see me struggle cutting an onion. Okay, so while you're waiting for this to heat up, which can take some time, you go to your crock pot, and I have it set to high heat. This is where you start adding your other stuff. Because really, the cheese melting is the longest part of it. That is most of what the soupiness. Oh my word, it's white. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I've had this before. It's good. I don't know if how good it'll be in this soup. And another tip is, if you want this to go faster, I was just on the phone with my aunt. Put that in the microwave, I guess, to soften it up. But I'm in no hurry to eat, so we're just gonna throw her in the crock pot and call her a night. Let's get the Rotel cans in there. Still waiting for the meat to heat up anyway, before I have to baby that at all. And you want to use all the liquid that comes in these cans. That's what gives your soup its soupiness. Also, if it is too thick or thicker than you would like, add a bit of milk to it, but don't do it right away. Wait till you have everything in there. Also, this is a 3/4 size crock pot. It uses all of this crock pot. So if you want to make this with a bit of space left over, make it in a full size. This is a 3/4 size. I know it fits in here, but it is tight. So, anyway, all 3 cans of the Rotel. They make off-brand stuff, but the Rotel cans are smaller, so just do your figuring. When it comes to the bigger cans, I don't really care. It's all the same. But it gives it just a little bit of spice. Anyway, that'll all be there to mix up. Where's my fancy... I got a fancy thing to stir it with Tupperware. Apparently, I don't know where it's at. Back when I used to sell Tupperware, these spoons are nice. Very nice. I am going to chop up this Velveeta block just a little bit. Ideally, your hamburger is thawed. I didn't plan far enough ahead, but I believe in you. You can do it from frozen. It's just way more annoying. While we're waiting, pop these chili beans open. It doesn't cut your spatulas if you use the can opener versus its pull tab. And I have nice Tupperware spatulas, otherwise I probably wouldn't care. But since I do care, we're caring. Alright. Use the liquid and everything. Unless you want to rinse your beans and take all the fun out of it. You know, your 2 hours later fun. I like free entertainment, so we will not be rinsing our beans today. That's just how it do be. That's how it do be. The hamburger we rinsed just because I threw some water in there. It helps brown it faster. That will rinse the grease off just because you don't need pure grease in there. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. It's going to be good. Do not cook it with the can in there, as you just almost saw. It does not add flavor, but I guess if you need your iron, nah, that's bad advice. If you need iron, just start by doing a steel block. It's way more effective. Okay, back to the hamburger. Gotta do just a little bit of multitasking, which for me is hard. I'm sure most people do it all the time. Let's get my fancy tongs. Tupperware tongs. I got tongs. You do want to chop these onions up because they're way too big. Boy, there's get a smaller onion or don't use as much of it, because I have just as many onions as hamburger, which is unfortunate because I don't like onions. But I just cranked the heat. We're gonna get this thing sizzling. Well, if you want a shout out in the next video, even if it's 2 years down the road, comment, and then you'll if you leave a comment, you might get a shout out in the next video. I heard all the cool kids used to do that, and now that it's not cool to do that, I'm gonna start doing it to melt. All right. Get sour cream in here so I don't forget about it. Remember, no name brand stuff is sponsoring me today, so go buy the off-brand stuff unless it's from Walmart, because they don't sponsor me either. Actually, make your own everything. Normally this soup looks yellow, but because of the queso cheese, this is a new one for me. It'll be fine though. It'll be good. Yeah, you guessed it. Tupperware strainer. Woo! Now that this is kind of sizzling, we're going to strain it out and then dump her in there too. Since we got all this heat, we're going to use it to our advantage. Get it in there. Now that I say it, just gotta get it in there. Alright, and then we wait. I'll be back when it's ready. But that's what it looks like when it's done. I wait until it's hot enough. Just give it a nice stir. It's more yellow if you use the Mexican Velveeta, but since you use queso, it's pretty white. But it tastes really good. So I'd say either or. If you have to use original Velveeta, just add more chilies in it and stuff. Just gives it a bit more flavor. But let's do the taste test. Taste test here. Perfect. That is really good with the queso in there. Now I'm going to dish it up. You just throw some Fritos on top or whatever crackers you want. And you call it a day. So I just want to thank you guys for watching. So this is the Aunt Dawn's taco soup. Very good. Really doesn't take that long except to heat up, like I was saying. Warm the Velveeta up in the microwave. It would take way less time. So I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Otherwise I wouldn't have made it today. If you like what you saw, please leave a like. Comment below what other suggestions you want. Also, if you do comment, you have a chance to get a shout out in the next video. And if you're the only comment, you definitely will get a shout out in the next video. But thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day. Keep eating.